Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Phatkat Collections. Want to do another fragrance review today. It's by a company that goes by the name of Sucreabeille. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I did reach out to the company. They were nice enough to send me, and very generous enough to send me several of their fragrances. I believe they sent me about 10 or 15 different fragrances. They're fantastic. So Sucreabeille is an indie house. It's what I would consider more of a niche brand, or a niche brand, if you're going to correct me on the pronunciation. I love brands like this. Brands like this really are doing things completely outside the box. And for a cologne collector, for somebody who really enjoys wearing something different, smelling unique, this company is awesome. I mean, and I've reviewed a lot of fragrances on the channel, guys. Every now and then, when I discover a company like this, and I have the opportunity to work with them, not just now, but in the future, I get super excited because you guys know how much I really love fragrances. I can't describe to you how excited I get when I run out to the mailbox and I get something new and I get to wear it, smell it. It's kind of an emotional experience. So now, Sucreabeille is a female-owned company, and I don't want that to, a lot of times, sometimes, and I don't know how strong they market that. I know I did catch it on the site. And I will say sometimes when we're looking for fragrances, you might be dissuaded to try something from a female company just because you assume that's maybe just for females. Their fragrances are very unisex. They have ones for female and they have ones for men. I don't actually, to the best of my knowledge, let me just double check while I got you guys here. I don't think that they list them individually. I don't see anything stating that one's for men or women. I just think they're really unisex fragrances, and I love, again, I want to really stress how excited I am to work with this company. So the first, I did a initial sort of unboxing of some of the fragrances they sent me, and just kind of a company introduction. This is a new company. You're not going to find a lot of YouTubers reviewing them. You're not going to find them in stores. They're what I like to call a micro brand company, basically companies that aren't mainstream, and you kind of have to be looking for them. I'm not sure how aggressive their marketing is. I haven't really seen them marketing anywhere. I just kind of stumbled onto them just by searching for fragrances like I always do. So let's talk about the one I want to share with you guys today. And I think they have over 100 fragrances. So, only downside with stuff like this is that in order for you to really know if you're going to like something, you kind of have to know what you like. So these aren't really going to be a lot of fragrances like this from companies like this aren't really the kind that you just blind buy. You kind of have to smell them. So what I encourage you to do, they have sample sets. They have little tiny decants, and I would check those out as well. I can tell you that based on what I've smelled so far, I don't think you're going to get anything really too over the top. Like some of the zoologist fragrances, some of the fragrances by PK Parfums can be extremely very unique. And very daring. So I think that you're safer trying something from Sucreabeille, but nonetheless, if you have any questions, I'm always here to try to guide you. So some of the ones that they sent me are awesome, and I will be reviewing them. But then I reached back out to them and said, hey, there's some more on here that look really interesting based on notes that I appreciate. Again, you never know what you're going to get till you get it. And a lot of times with fragrances, you'll smell something and you kind of have to keep coming back to it. Not all the time, do we smell the same thing? I know a lot of times I'll smell something, I'll smell it a week later with a fresh nose, and I'll pick up something different. So let's talk about this one today. So this one's called Let's Be Bad Guys. As far as the sizes, they are available in several different variations. You can get the 1 ounce. You can get the just a 1 ounce bottle. I believe it's a 1 ounce spray, which is I don't have one in front of me, but that's what I prefer. But remember, the only difference between a spray and, of course, a roll-on is just the way it basically gets atomized. So to me, I find it a little more convenient to have a spray, but rollers are a fantastic way to put on juice as well. So you get a 10 milliliter roller ball, which is what this is. You can get a 5 milliliter bottle, the dram, or a 1 ml sample vial. So keep that in mind. As far as price point here, if you're going to get the 1 ounce size, you're looking at 45 bucks. If you get this size, the 10 milliliter roller ball, 20 bucks. Not too bad. And I'll tell you, their fragrances, from what I can tell so far based on my novice experience with their brand, they're pretty potent. So very oily. And one thing I find when it comes to rollerball fragrances, they're very oily. And what you do is you apply them and then you kind of rub them in, get them into the skin a little bit. So this is a great fragrance. So again, let's be bad guys. Here is the bottle. If you've never seen a rollerball, basically is exactly what it is. You know, it's a rollerball. Now I do have a different fragrance on right now. So I'm not going to apply. This is great. Gentlemen, this is a manly scent, guys. All right, so let's talk about this. I'm going to read you guys, and I normally don't do this. I'm not going to do this on every fragrance they make because some of these stories that go along with these fragrances, some of them can be extremely long-winded, like me. So this one's pretty short. So it says, "Let's Be Bad Guys, a gorgeous scent for when you want to be a little rebellious. Let's Be Bad Guys mixes a rich vanilla with a tobacco smoke, because you can't be too much of a softie when you're a bad guy or a bad boy, right? Leather from your brown coat and a gun smoke with sandalwood from the barrel of your gun. Remind people what a definition of a hero is with this blend that will have no one stand in your way. The scent notes are tobacco vanilla, right? A little Tom Ford action. Gun smoke, leather, and sandalwood." So this is one of my favorite fragrances that they sent me. So right off the bat, what do I get? These are simple fragrances. And what I like about stuff like this, what I like about more simple, basic fragrances like this, is that, at least for me personally with my nose, it's easier for me to pinpoint the notes, you know. When I smell a fragrance that has 20, 30 different notes, top note, middle note, you know, it's like, what am I smelling? You know, I don't know. I get confused on what I'm smelling. And a lot of times with these, you get a few notes, you know. I like the fact these are simple. So what do I get when I smell this? You get a big blast of leather. Now, again, with fragrances, once you start to smell them and you sit here and keep smelling it, the leather will start to dissipate, and that's because you've gotten used to it, you know. So very good idea. If you're going to smell anything, do it with a nice, fresh, clean nose, and you know, you can use coffee beans or go outside for a little bit and get a nice, fresh whiff of this. Right off the bat, when I smell it, you get heavy leather. So this is a very masculine fragrance. Not to say ladies can't do that as well, or wear that as well, but gentlemen, bad boy. I mean, hence the name. So you get that nice blast of leather. I definitely get the gun smoke kind of note. There is a smoky quality to this, and you get kind of that sweetness of the tobacco. I wouldn't say this is overly heavy in vanilla, but it is there, and there's definitely a sweetness with this that you know, it is woody as well, but not, I'd say, you know, like I said, the main thing you're going to get right when you smell this. Of course, yeah, you keep smelling it, you're gonna get the sandalwood, you're gonna get that gun smoke. You can see, you know, where they're coming from with those notes, but you really get that tobacco, vanilla, and you know, pipe tobacco has a real sweetness quality. And I have had some fragrances, like I believe it's 1812, which is their pipe tobacco scent. Fantastic, but sometimes tobacco can be, in my opinion, a little cloying if it's overly sweet. So what I like about this is they really toned it down with that leather, the sandalwood, and of course that vanilla. And it's just a fantastic fragrance. So remember, when you smell something with vanilla in it, a lot of times you know, vanilla can be overwhelming as well. And vanilla is a very easy note to pinpoint. I think we're all familiar with the way vanilla smells. It's very, generally, I always, you know, lean towards vanilla being a little more feminine, but as I've gotten older and my taste with fragrances have changed, I feel like depending on how they're layered with different notes, they can be masculine as well. So I love the fact that they have that creaminess to it, that tobacco. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, I would give this a try, because you're getting a very basic, nice masculine tobacco, woody richness with that gun smoke. It's a fantastic fragrance. Definitely one that I'll be using a lot of. So check it out, guys. I think you guys will really like this. If you've watched my videos before, remember, fragrance reviews and, you know, wearing fragrances, it is very subjective. Not everybody likes the same things. I'm pretty open-minded with fragrances. Very rarely have I smelled anything that is off-putting that I can't wear. This is definitely one that I absolutely love. There are a couple fragrances that they sent me that I will say there are a few notes in there that I have a little bit of a hard time with. So I'll be getting to those as well. Again, remember, it's different for everybody. Everybody likes something different. But I think that this one here, again, if you like masculine, you know, rough, manly fragrances, I think you will absolutely love this. This is a man's fragrance. Again, not saying a woman can't pull it off, but I do think it's definitely geared towards more of a man. If you like fragrances like Bentley Intense, Fendi Absolute, again, Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, Fahrenheit. Again, I'm not saying this smells anything like those, but if you like those rich, masculine fragrances, if you ever walked into a pipe tobacco or a tobacco shop and took a whiff and it was like, if you like the way like an old men's bar kind of smells, you could smell the sweetness of the booze, the pipe tobacco, if you like that kind of vibe, I think you'll really like this. So check it out, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, Sucreabeille knocked it out of the park with this one. Check out my other reviews that I've done. If by the time you see this video, if you haven't checked out the other reviews, you're going to see a lot more from this company. And after I'm done with these fragrances, I will reach out to them again and get some more for you guys to share. Because they have that many. They have so many fragrances to review. So companies like this, again, I get super excited for. So click the link in the description. Check out their brand. I'll put a link to this exact fragrance. And of course, a link to their store where you can look at all the different products that they have. And let me know what you guys think. If you do make a purchase, let me know so I can let the company know. I always love to hear when I've influenced somebody to trying something new and they say, oh man, this is great. And that's the beauty about YouTube. That's what I love about this YouTube thing, is just the fact that we all learn about these great products and we get on, most of the time, we get honest. I won't, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, YouTube influencers, they're not honest. Remember, there are lots of honest influencers out there. If you haven't checked out another great channel, Redolessence, if you like fragrance reviews, he's kind of my go-to. I love the way he describes things. I don't know if he's actually checked out this brand yet, but I am going to drop him an email and tell him to check it out, reach out to the company. I'd love to hear his take on these awesome fragrances. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you do like the content. I'm sure you do. But do click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. As always, guys, happy holidays and take care.